Hi, I'm Sue from Granite State Cabinetry. I'm so excited that you're spending time with me today. We are going to spend about 40 minutes together and we're going to talk about how to make kitchen remodeling easy. We are going to talk about all the steps that are involved in a kitchen remodel, and I want to talk a little bit about myself. I started in this industry about 15 years ago. I come from a vast background in food service management and culinary. I have really a passion for the kitchen, which is why I do this. This is kind of my encore career for fun. So we'll have fun together today, and we will in the showroom as well. I also want to talk about Granite State Cabinetry, 25 years in business. Frank Morris and Marriott started this company 25 years ago, and we have been, a rock in the Bedford community ever since then. Frank Morris Jr. and Pete Morris now kind of own the company. Their parents are still involved each day, but we have a lot of fun in doing what we do in making customers' dreams come to life. So join me in the next few slides. What are we going to talk about today? Well, our hot topics are gloomy to glamorous. Those are all our amazing before and afters. You are just going to be blown away. Cutting edge accessories for each and every cabinet. How to make every cavity in your kitchen function better. Kickstarting your kitchen. How do we get started in the first appointment here in the showroom? How do we start the conversation about my kitchen? What is the scope of work? Oftentimes we use a lot of terms that no one knows the reasons for, so we want to talk about what is the scope of work and how does that pertain to me? What is the best investment for your home? Well, of course, it's the kitchen, especially knowing what we've all been through. The kitchen is the hub of your home, so we want to talk about what is a wise investment for your home and your kitchen. The design phase, we have a fabulous team of designers. We're going to show you all of their capabilities. We're going to talk about the timeline, so how long does it take to remodel your kitchen? And then we're going to talk about our amazing team. Our teamwork makes the dream work. Just, we make it come together, and you can never find a better team than this one. And lastly, you're going to hear some testimonials from our fabulous customers who I'm confident to say have become friends through this process. So let's get going. Okay, so our before and afters, let's get started. This is always everyone's favorite part of this presentation. So you see on the left hand, so dark and dated, oh my goodness, we can't wait for our kitchen renovation. On the right hand side, so crisp and clean. You see we moved appliances around. We made them more of a focal point. We really embellished some of the customers' favorite colors, the ocean blue on the island, the beautiful creamy whites throughout. It just is a beautiful, clean, transitional space that we really love. And the customer, my goodness, she's so excited with this kitchen. So let's go to the next one. Cherry all day. Yes, we see a lot of cherry. Back in the 80s, cherry was where it's at. Now, of course, it's all about paint and stunning new finishes. So you'll see here on the right-hand side, beautiful embellishments on the island, lovely legs, ergonomics in the appliances, making sure they have just the right positioning. It's all about layering with lighting and fun elements that make your kitchen speak to you. The third one, the honey overload. Oh my goodness, from the floor to the cabinets to the ceiling is just honey everywhere. We changed it to a beautiful grayish cabinet to the ceiling again, taking away that little, 4 or 5 inch caveat, making these cabinets really more functioning. Putting a nice deep stain on the island, great for a family of 5 kids. So this kitchen really functions beautifully for this family. And next is the dull and dated, to dramatically different. This one is a neighbor of mine actually, and I love her space. I love the paneled refrigerator. I love the drop cabinet at the end of the run. I love the transitional cabinet, we call that, when we make it look like we're coming into the kitchen, but yet we're not in the kitchen. So the beautiful gray on the island, every layering of finish has been thought of and really, well thought of to make sure this kitchen speaks to this homeowner. The next one, bland and boring to cozy and comfortable. The deep rich grays, they're still in and they're still very popular. Making a beautiful coffee bar at the end of the run, adding some elements to this kitchen that they never had before. Beautiful layering of lighting again, and again changing all of the color palette to speak to this customer. We are so excited to have the pleasure of working with all of these customers that are now friends of Granite State Cabinetry. All right, it's all about the hidden treasures. How are we going to make every cavity of your kitchen function better? So in my kitchen, this is something I did spend a great amount of time with. I did my kitchen about 8 years ago, and I'm so pleased with the results. So let's just look at these amazing accessories. So first we have the spice drawer insert. Many of my customers love, love, love this drawer. They are able to alphabetize their spices one time. They take a photo of it, and then when they're in the grocery store, they're able to look at the photo and make sure that they have everything they need for a recipe. Fabulous idea. The wall spice holds 24 spices on the door. Inside of the cabinet holds your balsamics, your vinegars, your nut butters, everything that you're going to use on your cooktop to make a fabulous sauce. Because again, we're all trying to cook more in our kitchens. We're all trying to let our creative juices flow. Vertical storage, that's the area above your refrigerator or your wall ovens, allowing us to make that cavity your muffin tins, your baking pans, your cutting boards, your roasting pan, things that you may not use every day, but things that you often need at a glance. The lift up hinges, that's literally a push button on your cabinet that makes that door open for you. How fabulous is that? The pull out trash cabinet, 2 bins, making, trash and recycling easier in every kitchen application. And then my favorite drawer in my kitchen is my dinnerware drawer. So I have all my plates, my bowls, my ramekins, all at easy reach. In addition, it's easier to unload the dishwasher. My husband takes 10 dinner plates and puts them into their spot. It's filled on the top layer with all of our silverware. So everything is in one cabinet base that we need to set the table or unload the dishwasher into. The utensil pullout, that's filled with beautiful stainless bins that allow us to grab a slotted spoon or a spatula that we're going to use to make a sauce on the cooktop. The fabulous rollout trays in your pantry cabinet. Who wouldn't want a pantry full of rollout trays? So it allows you to see at easy glance the soup that you're going to grab or the rice that you're going to grab to make dinner. The olive oil, things that are, again, either your bulk storage or everywhere that your groceries live. The Super Susan, she's not lazy anymore. She's super now. Super fun too because she rotates and she holds 75 pounds per tray. What better appliance in your kitchen than to have a Super Susan? Pot and pan drawers underneath your cooktop. Again, everything at easy glance. So I open that drawer under my cooktop. I'm able to see all of my pots with lids, all of my just everything that I'm going to prepare dinner with. The Le Mans pull-out, what a great name for the French way to use that corner more applicable. So that corner now comes out to meet you like an S as opposed to the Super Susan. Some of our customers have aversion to the Super Susan. Okay, now we're going to talk about how we get started in the showroom. How exciting. So it's an hour-long appointment. We're going to talk about your kitchen. So you're going to send me 4 pictures of your kitchen or less. I'm looking to kind of get an idea of what your space looks like without being in your space. So I'm interested in the walls and window spaces of your kitchen so that, of course, we can better utilize the space. We can make it more ergonomic. We can talk about the appliance piece. We can talk about the ceiling height, whether or not we're replacing any walls or windows. We can talk about your doorways and your hallways. And of course, then we're going to start talking about the scope of work. So scope of work is a term for everything that's involved in your kitchen. And I try to simplify this, and I think I'm famous for it, for the hands. So the hands of the project are on the left hand, we have all the fun things, the pretty things, the cabinetry, the countertops, the sink faucet, the hardware, and the installation of all those pretty things. On the right hand, we have the somewhat dirty hand. This is all the demo and removal, the plumbing and electrical, the wall removal, the flooring, backsplash, painting. This hand can go on and on based on the project. This is called the scope of work hand. So the scope of work hand combined with the left hand make a beautiful union. But it's the scope of work oftentimes that people don't even budget in their kitchen. They just assume that all of those things are kind of going to happen by osmosis. So we have to make sure that we talk about your scope of work hand and what's involved in your kitchen project. So the next slide talks about one of the first things we have to talk about, because of course they're the big boxes in the room. How do we make room for all your new appliances? So appliances have of course come off the map in terms of all the availability of all the different unique trends. So a lot of times people come with a range now, and in their next kitchen they want a cooktop with wall ovens. So of course we're making extra spaces happen for that extra amount of appliance space. Sometimes people have a microwave above their range. Now we want to put a beautiful wood hood there. So we now have to compartmentalize where that microwave is going to go. We talk about the dishwasher, the refrigerator. What appliances are we going to panel to make them kind of seamlessly slide away? And the steam oven. A lot of our empty nesters absolutely love the steam oven appliance. And then we take some time to talk about your new kitchen and how we want the cabinets constructed. Do we want them in inset, which of course is an embellished look, very upscale, kind of if you want your kitchen to really stand apart from everyone else's, inset is your construction style. Overlay. You may have standard overlay now, in which case we bring you to full overlay, so that style and rail between your cabinets goes away. Frameless cabinetry, that's what I have. It allows me to have more yield in every door and drawer of the kitchen. We talk about a marker for your door style, a marker for your countertop application. Are you going to do granite? Are you going to do quartz or quartzite? Which style of countertop really speaks to you? And we'll see those all in our beautiful showroom. Again, we have 5,500 square feet of space, 15 kitchen vignettes. Our showroom really takes the cake in terms of New Hampshire. So we look at, pieces of hardware and new finishes, titanium, honey bronze, all the new exciting embellishments that really act like jewelry on your cabinets. And then all the accessories. So some will speak to you and some you may not need. So we're kind of compartmentalizing how many accessories make your kitchen come to life. Okay, and one of the most asked questions is, what does my kitchen cost, or what will it cost? So of course we have 5 lines of cabinetry, a cabinet line for everyone's budget. And I don't want to really pigeonhole this kitchen cost slide, because firstly, I don't want to assume that everyone has the same budget for their kitchen, because of course we can customize your choices to suit your budget. So with that in mind, I'm just going to talk about this renovation so that it will be real to you and you'll have some ballpark of pricing. It's our job to make sure that we're not using smoke and mirrors with this pricing piece. We want to make sure that we're very transparent, and I like transparency as a customer. I want to make sure that the people that I enlist to do any large renovation in my home have the same core values as I do. So I'm going to talk about the materials. As we look at this before picture, which is completely different from the after, I hope you can appreciate all the transformation. So you see here the flooring is different. All of the cabinetry, all of the countertops. The lighting, oh my gosh, it was like a lighting nightmare in this space before. So now we have beautiful recessed can lighting, pendant lighting. We replaced all the appliance positioning because it was just kind of goofy the way the appliances lied before. We have a very top-heavy kitchen on the left and a very beautiful ergonomic kitchen on the right. So on the material side of things, cabinetry, countertop, sink faucet, hardware installation, we were in and around the $75,000 mark. On this hand, the materials and the scope of work. So again, demoing that floor, putting in new tile, replacing the window with a much larger window, bringing that window down to the counter, all of the tile backsplash, all of the cabinetry installation, all of the beautiful new lighting, all the new ceiling, taking away those really dated, very thick and heavy beams. So it was about $65,000 on this hand. So when the two hands come together, this renovation was about $140,000. Would I say this is typical? It's typical based on the value of this home, which if I were to guess, this home is valued about $700,000. So yes, it's typical for that home because as you'll see, The recommended budget for kitchens nationwide is between 15 and 20% of your home's value. And of course, this doesn't take into consideration your appliance piece. So your appliance piece is always kind of the cost of doing business. Everyone needs new appliances when they're doing the kitchen, and they're not included in anyone's kind of total projection. But the best part about this is, and I say this from my heart because 8 years ago I did my kitchen, and what will you recoup? Well, you'll recoup between 65 and 85% of your investment. So now I am getting to use and establish and have new traditions in my kitchen 8 years after the fact. And I met with my dear friend and customer too, who happens to be a realtor. And she said, Sue, you're going to sell your house. It's going to be the first house sold in the marketplace because everyone will just admire your kitchen. You know, you've kept such great care of it. You've thought of everything. They're just going to come in and oogle over your kitchen, and we're not even going to be able to keep track of the bids on your home. So, of course, that's our goal, but we want to make sure that you enjoy each and every aspect of the path getting to there. And of course, making sure that we are considering your resale and making sure that you don't make any boo-boos along the way. So we hold your hand through each and every aspect of that kitchen. So now the culmination of all of your choices. You know, we've talked about your appliance piece, your cabinet piece, your countertop. We've created markers for all of the pieces that make your kitchen come to life. And now I excuse myself for maybe 5 minutes. I go up and I look at another kitchen that we've done of similar size and scope to your projects so that I can really talk about the real numbers that affect your renovation. And sometimes you may have needed all of those pieces to the puzzle in the scope of work, and sometimes you may have a new window, or you may already have existing flooring that we're not transitioning. So all renovations are not created equal. It would be so easy if they were, but they're not. So I'm able to come down and again take that smoke and mirrors away and talk about the transparency of the costs associated with your kitchen. So I'm sharing with you the real numbers that I expect for the left hand and the right hand. And then you're going away with those numbers feeling confident in your ability to now know what a kitchen renovation costs with all of your variables. So our hope is that then you may do your due diligence. You may decide Granite State Cabinetry is for you. We're looking for your verbal commitment before we take the next steps. So the next step is for you to call me, or sometimes I get the verbal commitment right here where you've already done your homework. You've already looked at our amazing reviews. You've already established that we're one of the best companies in the business for kitchen renovations. You've already decided that our showroom just takes the cake. So oftentimes that initial meeting is where we establish our relationship. And you say, Sue, I just want to move right to measure. And then our next step is to come out to your home and measure your space. So now we're getting the involvement of our talented design team. So we have designers truly that will take all of your concern away about planning your kitchen remodel. You will feel, and I hear this from customers all the time, that you cannot make a decision without them holding your hand. They are going to take every measure to make sure they hit it out of the park. They're going to consider the thresholds of the rooms adjacent to the kitchen. They're going to consider every element and every layer to be congruent with your thoughts and your plans and your dreams. They make it come together. So in these next images, you're going to see design phase option 1, which is where we offered the customer to the ceiling, cabinets go to the ceiling, excuse me please. Cabinets go to the ceiling, the glass cabinet is built to the countertop. We offered them one big island, getting a nice array of seating at it. We offered some furniture pieces to make the best space and utilize the empty spaces within their kitchen. And then the very next design phase is a completely different option, offering them a prep island and a seating island, again, for them to kind of split apart the prep of the kitchen and the socializing in the kitchen. So you will see in the last phase what they decided to do, which is the final design, which is really where, our team works as a really, inclusive element so that we all work together. You're not just getting one designer, you're getting 5 designers elements. You're getting 5 designers to say, I think this should go there or that should go here. They're always working as a team to make sure that we represent the best design for your space. And of course, within your budget. It's not always about our budget, it's more so about your budget. So we're keeping in consideration all of our cabinet lines to make sure that we hit the mark. And again, our team is just so specialized in what they do. So you'll see here the before and after of the final design. And we went from that honey disaster to this amazing gray-stained kitchen that truly, the customers that see this kitchen after the fact are like, I just want that kitchen. Can you just make it come to life for me? Your next question may be, how long does the kitchen remodel take? So, of course, that is a great question and one that we really take a painstaking amount of time to figure out. Again, we do 350 a year, so we like to think we have it down to a science. So first happens is the plumbing cut and cap, then the demo and removal of everything that's in the space, the wall and window removals or transitioning. Then next comes the electrical and plumbing rough. Typically, we're venting your range outside now at this point. The flooring installation, the appliance delivery. This is when I hear from you, where all the amazing quality cabinets get installed. I mean, again, I don't know if I have said the word quality enough, but everything that we sell at Granite State Cabinetry is, I often use car analogies, is higher than a Toyota Camry or a Honda Accord. We only sell that level and higher. Of course, we have the Mercedes-Benz line of cabinetry as well, which is plain and fancy. But we have a cabinet line to suit everyone's budget. Next comes in week 4, the countertop template. That's where we're going to put down your amazing quartz or quartzite or granite counter. Then we're going to do the countertop install. This is when these amazing men carry in 750 pounds on their shoulders to put in place for your island. So we're going to handle the countertop install, the plumbing finish, the electrical finish. This is when you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm on the home stretch. I have power and I have my sink and faucet back. Then the painting comes, the tile backsplash. It's like the icing on the cake, that tile backsplash. And then, of course, lastly, if we did a wood floor, we're coming in at the end of the project to put some beautiful new sheen and sheer on that floor, because we want to make sure when we're out of there, you feel like everything is just glistening. So how long does it take? It takes 7 to 8 weeks typically for a kitchen renovation. Our project managers, they really take a painstaking amount of time making your menu of services, making sure that everything is accounted for and that there's never any guesswork. Are we providing under cabinet lighting? Are we providing a new mudroom floor? Are we providing task lighting? So you'll see the menu offering that is specific to your job, not just any job. And then in conjunction with that, the schedule. So how does the trickle down happen from that menu offering to now becoming a schedule? So one of the things we're again famous for is how tight our schedule is. Our subs work specifically for us. They've been working for us more than 10 or 15 years. Some of these subs started with Frank Sr. when he was a contractor. These are just the tried and true professionals in our world. And these guys make it come together every day for us. So you'll see who's coming and when they're coming. And Mary Ellen on our team, 48 hours prior, is giving you a window of their arrival. So you know to get out of your jammies and bunny slippers if they're arriving at 7:30 a.m. And oftentimes, if that doesn't work for you, we can push it back to 8:30. So we're always mindful of, you trying to still operate your family while under renovation. And this is a great slide here of our famous team. I'm happy to say that all of these folks have been in the industry, 15, 20, 25 years. These are the consummate professionals that make this all come together. They make the plan come together. So I'm happy to say that you will feel so connected to our design team that you can't make a decision without them. I often hear people saying, you know, what would Whitney think? What should Jackie do? What would Kathleen make me do here? They don't want to make a decision without their designer. You're connected at the hip. And I'm often choosing your designer based on some of your design elements, based on your personality type, whom I think you might best connect with. And truly, that connection is one that you admire, and you'll see in our 135 reviews, the designer's name is always mentioned as being, you know, their next of kin. So you become a part of our family, and we become a part of yours, I'm happy to say. Then we talk about Houzz. You know, how does Houzz enter into the kitchen phase? Well, Houzz is a wonderful tool that our customers use to create an idea book. So Houzz is the website, and you're able to go on Houzz and create a website of our designs or of anyone in our industry. All of the best retailers provide pictures to Houzz, and we have many kitchens that are highlighted on Houzz. I'm happy to say that we have almost 9 years of the best of service on Houzz. That's not an easy task. That means that we have been awarded more reviews on our jobs than anyone in our marketplace. I mean, how about that? 135 reviews from our customers going on to Houzz to review our company. It's pretty prestigious. It's really a feather in our cap, and you know, I have to say this is one of the things that separates Granite State Cabinetry from all the other vendors in the marketplace. You won't see anyone even come close to our review amount, whether it's on Google or on Facebook or on Houzz. We have 3 times the reviews that any of our competitors do in this marketplace. Why is that important? Well, because we're servicing that amount of customers at that extreme level. You know, your time is so important. So I can't thank you enough for spending all the time you did with me today. It's really just, our team is better than the rest. And if I take a moment to talk to you about why that is, it's because our hearts are in it. We're really in it to make this kitchen something spectacular.
I just love my new kitchen, and I'm so thankful that we went with Granite State Cabinetry.
I think for me, what it came down to, we looked at 3 different firms, and one thing that I really liked most about Granite State is that they took care of the whole project, from taking out our kitchen to installing it to where it is today. I never dealt with any of the contractors. That was something that Granite State did. There's a thorough project plan that came with the project, and then I would receive a text every morning from our project manager, Mary Ellen, who would tell me who was coming today and when, and they hit the mark every single time.
Once the process started, they were professional and friendly from start to finish. I ended up with a beautiful kitchen, and I could not be happier.
So I hope that you'll take some time and follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We have a great YouTube following. We talk about all the fun things that really make your kitchen different in YouTube. We're just starting to flourish in YouTube, so I hope you'll subscribe. So lastly, I just want to thank you for your time today. We are going to take every measure to make your renovation experience amazing. So just to review, how do we get started? Well, you can call us. You can visit our website. We have a great online form that you can fill out. We always appreciate a call from you so that I'll be on the other end of the phone kind of chatting about your renovation before you get here. We'll set that first appointment. At that first appointment, we have you send me some images of your current space ahead of time. Think about what you might like in terms of your appliance piece. You might go on our Houzz page to look at other kitchens we've already renovated, to look at our reviews on Google, on Houzz, on Instagram. You'll kind of take some time now to, make sure that hour-long appointment is well spent with me, so that we can take into consideration every element that is going to make this renovation just easy for you. That's our goal. We don't want to make this hard. We want to make this easy. We want to hold your hand through each and every process of the renovation, to and include that first appointment. So I hope to have a relationship with you. I really look forward to meeting you, and I hope you'll call or email us or go on our website or do all of the above, because your business is important to us. We are a New Hampshire-based business, and we really look forward to working with you. Thanks so much.